bad, being on an abusive marriage. I don't wish this to anyone, but seriously, you girls have to see all those red flags because they were always there, and you still chose to go that path. So listen careful to today's story, and please be my guest on the comment section. A harrowing story of a Chinese woman trapped in an abusive marriage in Afghanistan has sparked heated discussion online, with many calling for better awareness among Chinese women about the risk of marrying foreign nationals under certain circumstances. Of course, this maybe talks about different countries, specific rules there for women or religions. Even myself is scared about these kind of things happening. The woman, whose name has not been disclosed, met her Afghan husband while he was studying in Shanxi province. During his courtship, she reportedly spent a significant amount of money on him. What? She reportedly spent a significant amount of money on him. Okay, from this very statement, everything is just going downhill, I'm guessing. Much of it borrowed. After his graduation, the man returned to Afghanistan and severed contact with her. Unwilling to accept the abrupt end of the relationship, the woman traveled to Afghanistan to confront him, only to discover he was already married and had no intention of making her his second wife. This is just pure nonsense. First of all, he was already married, and somehow she wanted the place, no matter it's not the first wife place, but the second wife. The situation escalated, attracting the attention of local officials in Afghanistan. The couple was even jailed briefly for moral crimes, a charge frequently used in the country for extramarital relationships. Despite interventions by the Chinese embassy and local Chinese expatriates urging her to return home, the woman refused, citing her conversion to Islam as a reason to stay. Her conversion, sorry. Eventually, the woman insisted on marrying the Afghan man as his second wife. This is just obsession, seriously. However, her decision led to a life of daily abuse. I could see that coming. Her husband not only physically assaulted her, targeting vital areas, but also claimed he had the right to treat her as a personal property. The woman, now desperate and regretful, has reached out for help, pleading to return to China. Give me a break. It's just good time to ask for help now after all that nonsense. The story has ignited a wave of reactions on Chinese social media, with many expressing anger at both the man's visit and the woman's choices. One netizen commented, "She defied her family's opposition and ignored all advice. Now she must face the consequences." Another criticized her naivety, stating, This is a painful lesson in blind trust and disregard for cultural differences." Yeah. Others highlighted systemic issues, pointing out the increasing number of cases where foreign men exploit Chinese women emotionally and financially. But give me a break. Sometimes, I was myself witness of these kind of cases when I was a student, like Chinese women giving away money to foreign guys, foreign students, but they were never really forced, it was by their choices, just like they stayed here. These men come to China, take advantage of our women, and leave them in despair. This needs to stop, one commenter wrote. Another echoed this sentiment, saying, "Our society's tendency to over-glorify foreigner connections has caused this heartache." I don't think this also is quite nonsense. This doesn't have to be because it's a foreigner or what. It's just because she's obsessed, This is just very sick behavior towards a relationship. You don't give, sponsor a guy, no matter you're a rich girl in China. This is just kind of common sense. No matter where you're from, no matter they're foreigners, no matter they are Mexicans, going out with Mexicans, I just believe the same applies for anyone, a relationship between a woman and a man. What do you guys think about it? This case serves as a stark reminder of the cultural and legal challenges Chinese women may face when marrying into patriarchal societies like Afghanistan. I mean, that applies for also maybe Mexicans marrying to Afghanistan women. Like, those countries are just little special. Women's rights in Afghanistan remain severely restricted, with many girls denied education beyond primary school and women often treated as subordinates. Polygamy is common, and men frequently take second wives if their first becomes ill or fails to meet their expectations, which can be just whatever, right? Like, oh my God, she doesn't satisfy my desires as I wish. The incident has led to calls for increased education and awareness campaigns to prevent similar tragedies. As one netizen aptly summarized, this isn't just about one woman, it's a wake-up call for all of us to better protect ourselves and our daughters. The Chinese embassy is reportedly working to assist the woman, but her story continues to resonate as a cautionary tale for many. I mean, I can say many things, but like to summarize, it's just like she kind of seeked this desperately to happen. Like, it just was about a matter of time. And no matter if it was a man from Afghanistan or, let's say, it's another woman with the same kind of behavior and attitude towards a man, like just sponsoring him or like just making things that easy or just begging, just being so needy. Let's say that same Chinese woman or another one is with a Mexican man. She will also be abused somehow, sooner or later. Because of this behavior, it's just like she was so needy. He was married, nonetheless, she wanted to be taken as a second wife. And not just to be very, how to say, if you realize he went back and he got married with another one while previous to that you were kind of boyfriend and girlfriend for a few years in China, and somehow you were willing to pay for his bills, then if you are on your right senses, you will be so annoyed and disappointed, and you will just be back in no time. Like, seriously, there will be no need to stay longer, or even to plead, to beg to be like taken as his second wife after all that nonsense happened. I just believe this is not a matter of a country's specific fault, but herself. Sorry guys, sorry girls, this is you searching for trouble. Like, if it's not grown for you to be like realizing how evil was he when he went back to his country without noticing you, without letting you know their relationship was over, or he might end up being married with another one that perhaps somehow, somewhat, in those kind of countries, usually they also arrange marriages like with virgin women, like from pure, also believing in Islam. And then you go and follow him and just beg him to be the second wife. It's just very disgraceful, And it's very disrespectful for your own dignity and your own self as a girl. So stop. No matter if he's from Afghanistan, if he's from Mexico, I'm not gonna be like, how to say, blaming a specific country, but it's just gonna happen no matter where the guy is from, because you are just seeking desperately to be abused. Like, this behavior is just not acceptable. Anyways, let's read through the comments, and I will be very happy for you guys to also write your comments down below. The beauty of Islam shines again. Give me a break. Nobody forced her to go there. Nobody forced her to marry him. She was even already like discarded from the beginning. She was not even gonna be any wife. And then the reply: this has nothing to do with Islam religion. The Islam you read in the articles is the name of the man who married the Chinese woman. Did she not realize that country has serious problems? She should have done her research before going. Good luck getting out of that one. Send the wolf warrior in. He's already married and you want to be his second wife? Give me a break. Approximately 40 to 50% of reported crimes in her country are related to domestic violence. And white men command the majority of domestic violence. What's the profile of a child molester? Is this woman for real, all in that name of love or lust or what? They feel Chinese men can desire them. That's okay. Yeah, I feel is that, because when I was back in China and I was studying Shenzhen Uni, like there were all these girls, like student Shenzhen Uni Chinese girls, who will be also begging for these guys, like in like foreigners dormitory, to take them as their girlfriends, to just take them in consideration. It was just very annoying to the point that I remember there was this one guy telling the story about how he got one of these Chinese girls to sleep with him. And after that night, she didn't want to leave the place, like the apartment, and he was quite annoyed. And he was like, okay, we are done, that's it. It was pure fun. I'm not wanting any more with you. And she just wanted to keep lingering and just stay there as the new girlfriend. And she got like in this annoying energy where he was just very unpolite to her, trying to escape from his own apartment because he didn't want to be there anymore with her. So I do believe these girls somehow are just seeking this by themselves. Not all of them, but many girls, you have to have some respect for yourselves. First of all, you don't borrow or you don't pay for the bills of the foreigners, even though you're rich or not. That doesn't matter. You have some dignity. Give me a break. If they have the courage and they have the intelligence, the wisdom to fly all the way from whatever country to China, let them be men and let them stand for themselves. Yeah, you can help them from time to time if like there's the need in an emergency or whatsoever, but not like I'm paying for the expenses of my boyfriend, like clothes and just luxury items, and just like I'm trying to be the sugar mama, because they will just take you not as a sexy woman. They will just abuse you to the point, like, until they cannot abuse you anymore, But this gets to happen. I mean, I was a witness of that. There was this one guy living in the first floor in foreign dormitory. He was dating this girl, very rich one, that owned a porch, and the porch will always be parked outside university. And I heard like she was paying for all his expenses because she really needed him. He was a black man. Like, he was so passionate and he kind of made her feel very satisfied in that regard, if you get what I mean. So therefore, they were willing to pay for these kind of guys, and they are still willing to do so, since so many of them are not, as you may call it or not, satisfied or feel desire. Just like this comment is so right. They don't feel desire from the Chinese guys. They just feel like, okay, it's time to marry, let's marry. But they don't have this feeling of being chased, being like, oh, desire, I'm a Latin woman. So I guess in Latin America we have a lot of passion towards things, and we kind of get that feeling, not just towards relationships, but in general. You wake up and you're super happy and you say to everyone, hello, good morning. In China, it's just very rare and seldom. So let's read that comment once again. They feel Chinese men can desire them. That's okay. So I find it very hard to sympathize with her. I hope, oh my God, this comment is not nice. I hope she will in that place. That's too harsh to wish someone. Whoa, calm down, Capitan. Everybody makes mistakes. She definitely doesn't deserve to disappear from this world. Why do you think she doesn't desire Chinese men too? I didn't say that she doesn't deserve Chinese men, but she like it to be a concubine for a man from another country. If she goes back, she can only be a concubine for Chinese men. Yeah, exactly. Maybe he's not meaning the way that, oh, she's dirty because she was with a foreigner, but what maybe he's trying to say is like her behavior or her attitude towards her own self, how she portrayed it and respected her own self, is not yet like aligned. So if she comes back, she might have this desperate, needy energy anyways towards Chinese men. She's not the sharpest pencil in the pencil box. This is the result to marry a Muslim guy. They have right to have 4 wives together with no limit of children. They treat a lady as a machine to produce babies. They can give divorce their wives easily without any specific reason, without going through legal procedure. People should avoid marrying with a Muslim guy, specifically from Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Lady of China can consider a Hindu guy. Only one guy can kept in Hindu religion. Divorce is not possible without court. Hindu people prefer only 2 babies after marriage. Why is that? They prefer just 2 babies. She has 0 IQ. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say she's not smart, but she somehow was lacking of self-love overall and self-esteem for her own self, and respect. She has to put herself in a rat trap. Exactly. This woman is dumb. She could blame it on her stupid brain, but she ain't got one. What an idiot. How can anyone be that stupid? That's not part of Islamic religion. This can just complete another strand. Even if that's true, how dumb and racist do you have to be to surface on an incident and completely ignore all the other couples who are living happily and married life? Secondly, using one incident to say that the whole Afghan nation is like that doesn't that sounds racist. And please, before you drag religion into it, make sure you get your facts right. If 4 wives were really that simple, every Muslim would have had them. Sounds pathetic, but her cognition commensurates depth with her suffering. I read you guys, and if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as well as to support me on the comment section, buying me a coffee or 2 or 3 or 4, please. I left caffeine a week ago, but I'm gonna buy herbal tea, ginger tea, whatever, beauty tea, of course. Thanks a lot for watching. See you on the next one.